my brain just poof. If you guys have followed my channel, you know that I've done tier ranking of Colleen Hoover novels. I've done reviews of Colleen Hoover novels, and today is no different. I am going to be reviewing the Hopeless series by Colleen Hoover and ranking them based off of which one I like the most and which one I like the least. Coming in last in the Hopeless series is Losing Hope. And this one is no surprise for me because I knew that I wasn't necessarily going to enjoy this one as much as I enjoy the others. Don't freak out. Don't hate me. It's because I get bored really easily. So when I saw that Losing Hope was basically the same story, just told in Holder's point of view, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like this one as much as I like the others. And I didn't. The main thing that I liked about this novel was you got to see more of Les, you got to see a little more of Holder, and you got to see who Holder was aside from Skye when he wasn't with Skye. So it was very interesting to see that, but I wasn't necessarily enthralled the whole entire time. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It wasn't like the first time that I read Hopeless because I knew what was going to happen and I knew where they were going, and it wasn't as exciting. I'm not one to read novels from different characters' point of views of the same story, but that's just me. I wouldn't read Midnight Sun when it came out for the Twilight series. Again, just me. Wouldn't do it. But I gave this book a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads because it wasn't exciting. And the writing is still amazing. Colleen Hoover's writing is always amazing. And I love the romance as always, even though it was scenes that I've already gotten from Hopeless, it was still enjoyable. But if you're like me and you don't like retellings from different perspectives, you're not going to enjoy this book as much as you enjoy all of her other books. So coming in last, Losing Hope. Third from this series is Finding Cinderella. So I actually really enjoyed Finding Cinderella. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because you get it from Daniel's perspective. And Daniel is Holder's best friend. So with Finding Cinderella, Daniel gets a little bit of romance in his life. And it's actually really interesting to see because his character was mainly comic relief for Hopeless. So you get to see him in a romantic relationship and how he acts with that. And his romance is basically with Six. So it's a very short novella. I really enjoyed it. I finished it in like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I listened to the audiobook. I definitely recommend this one. Seeing Daniel's point of view, you have to read this one in order to read Finding Perfect, which is the last book in this series, and it's actually a really short story. You can't even call it a novella, but Finding Cinderella gives you Daniel's romance and a little bit of maturity from Daniel, which is really interesting to see. So I really enjoyed this novel, and we will see which one comes in second. Coming in second for the Hopeless series is Hopeless itself. You're going to think I'm crazy for not putting Hopeless at number 1, and my ranking is probably going to be different from everyone else's ranking, but I'll tell you why for the next one. But for Hopeless, it was amazing. And I'll give Losing Hope this. It gave me a recap of Hopeless, so I remembered what happened more because I read this one a little while ago. But Hopeless was great in that you get these characters, you get this romance, but you also have these twists and turns that you would never expect. Man, when I tell you it was mind-blowing reading this novel and going through and being like, oh, what's going to happen next? Oh, okay, so her dad was like that. Yeah, cool. It was crazy, a whole roller coaster of emotion, and just as good as Colleen Hoover's other novels. I really enjoyed Hopeless. I really enjoyed the characters, and definitely number 2 out of the series. You have to obviously read it to understand the novella and Losing Hope and Finding Perfect. So definitely read it. Your mind will be absolutely blown when you find out all of the twists and turns that this book has in store for you. Coming in first for the Hopeless series is Finding Perfect. I don't think a lot of people will agree with me on this one, but this one actually brought more emotions to me than Hopeless did. I so enjoyed this one. It's actually a mashup between 2 of Colleen Hoover's other novels, All Your Perfects, which, disclaimer, I didn't really like that much, and obviously Hopeless and Finding Cinderella. The reason this book comes in first, besides making me feel all of the feelings, is because of how Colleen Hoover, in less than 100 pages, makes you feel so much. That is talent. If you ask me, giving closure to two separate sets of couples from different novels in less than 100 pages and making it so emotional, that is nothing short of literally extraordinary. I felt so many emotions in the hour that it took me to finish this that I can't even begin to put it into words for you guys. It was so great. You have to read Hopeless and you have to read Finding Cinderella and you have to read All Your Perfects before you get on to this short story, but it's still worth it. And I know it's only 83 pages, so you can literally finish it on a Saturday when you're free in the morning, you're drinking your coffee, 83 pages, finish this book. It is so great. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I think I only gave Hopeless 4 out of 5 stars. I'm astounded that she did what she did in less than 100 pages and made me feel so much. Okay, so how would you guys rank the Hopeless series? I want you to tell me all about it in the comments. Tell me if you liked my ranking, if you completely disagree with my ranking. I'm sure many of you will. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. But leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I am so excited. I love talking books, and I will always respond to any comment you leave me. See you guys next time.